Why are you not going to support, for example, the policies of Mr. Salvini in Italy if you're supporting the Greek policies? So if today the Commission gives its support to the actions carried out by the UNHCR, I mean, the UNHCR has said that what's happening on the Greek border is illegal. So why do you not do the same thing with Mr. Salvini and his policies in Italy? Well, David, journalists have a lot of freedom. You're free to compare the immigration policies of various member states, and you're free to draw your conclusions on whether there are any similarities or not. Now, we're not going to go into a comparative analysis of policies and measures taken by various member states. But to stay with Greece for the moment, I can reassure you that we are carrying out a legal, policy and operational assessment through our agency and looking at the solutions adopted or due to be adopted by Greece. And this is something not just for the European Commission, but for the other institutions as well. And what we're seeing today in Greece is a high-level meeting of all of those high-level leaders, because this is a European problem and we need to find a European solution together. So I can reassure you the analysis of possible responses and solutions is ongoing. Now, the response may be legal, there may be operational or political responses. We will be manifesting solidarity. There could be a whole range of measures, and I don't think it would be appropriate to comment today here, but that will be happening over the coming days and weeks. But I can say that in a couple of hours' time you will have a lot more information, so I'm not going to preempt anything at that. Now, and as I say, that press conference that you refer to is organised by the Greek authorities, taking place in Greece. But following that press conference, there will be other possibilities. Tomorrow, for example, we'll be able to provide you with further clarification, and also on a one-to-one basis, if you wish, get in touch with us. So once again, our analysis is ongoing at various levels, and we'll be looking at the whole range of possible measures and then looking at how we would respond to Greece. Griselda, please. Does your analysis include finding out whether human rights are being complied with in Greece? I'd heard that, for example, there are certain things being banned, mass meetings, that kind of thing. But as to the suspension of the right of asylum, are there any exemptions that could apply here? Could you give us more information on your analysis on that point? Well, we can confirm that human rights, as included in the UN Charter, and relevant legislation on asylum and immigration in general, those aspects will be taken into account as part of this analysis exercise. We're analysing the situation in Greece and in other member states as well. So, yes, we do take all of that into account in our analysis. Yes, same question, but in a slightly different form. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Borrell is going to Ankara. What about discussions on possible renewals and other things that might be happening? Well, on the agency, now, I think we have given a fairly broad-ranging update. But as regards the funding and uptake, now, as regards commitments of the €6 billion, that was The commitment was made at the end of last year, and of that 6 billion, 4.7 billion are under contract, and 2.2 have been dispersed to the beneficiaries. As I'm sure you know, this money goes towards NGOs who basically implement the projects that we support to help refugees, be it linked to building and operation of schools, could also include social and economic assistance, or construction and operation of hospitals. So those were the figures, and of the 6 billion covered by the agreement and its implementation and disbursement. But if you want to talk about the future, well, we're not there yet. As you know, at this very moment, there are European dignitaries in Ankara, and that discussion will cover a whole range of things. So we can't say any more at this stage on the financial conditions or situation, beyond the fact that, as I said at the beginning, Commissioner Anacic will be there in Ankara and will then be travelling to Gaziantep to assess the humanitarian assistance needs for the refugees. And we'll also be looking at Idlib and the Turkish border. Thank you. Nikolai.
Yes.